Hey everybody, this is Andrew Prokowski checking in again today from the fish room. Sorry it's been a while, but today we are going to be watching a Xenotoca species, La Mintzita, give birth. Let's see some of those babies. So technically this fish is still Xenotoca variata, the jeweled split fin, but it's its own distinct genetic subpopulation. Not to be confused with this fish here, this is a Xenotoca variata jeweled split fin from Jesus Maria, another distinct genetic subpopulation. There are visual differences when compared with fish from the La Mintzita location, and that coupled with the genetic differences is enough to separate this out into a different species, similarly to what happened with the eyes and eye complex. Again, while looking at the Jesus Maria variata, you can see the differences. You also can probably see that there's some domestic strain Hellerite type swords in here. I like to keep Piscilla dithers with a lot of my Gideads. So while this is a cool fish, this is mainly to illustrate the differences between this and La Mintzita and why La Mintzita is considered to be a different species. Here's a video of when I first obtained these fish last year. These are males. Right off the bat you can see the nice long dorsal fin that is typical for fish from La Mintzita. Started off with 3 males, but I jumped at the chance to get the fish that would be known as Xenotoca Ivan Dibble. So now as we take a look at this female that is just about to start dropping, you might be wondering, why did I say Xenotoca Ivan Dibble? As we take a look at some babies that have just been born, we can talk a little bit more about Ivan Dibble and who he was. Ivan Dibble was a British aquarist who actually was pretty instrumental in a lot of the conservation efforts for Gideads down in Mexico. Sadly, he passed away back in 2009, but Omar Dominguez wrote a paper in which he proposed to name this fish after him. Although it's not an official publication, I do not know exactly when the name change will go into effect, but people still refer to this fish as Xenotoca Ivan Dibble or Xenotoca species La Mintzita. He's one of the first of the babies to reach the surface. Oftentimes after Gideads are born, they'll lay around places for a little while, not doing much. I like to keep a lot of plants in there and give them places to rest so that they can get used to the world. And you can see that is a massive Trophatania attached. That's probably pretty difficult to swim with. Here we have a baby that has just been born, still attached to the mother via the Trophatania. I am using a net breeder because I want to protect the babies from the other parents or the other adults, because they are fairly large at a little over 3 inches and they are always hungry. Once my numbers get a little bit better, I might get to colony breeding just like I have with the Jesus Maria variata, but right now I don't have many of these fish. Quick look at some of the males out in the waiting room. Not sure which one is the dad, but I'm really lucky that I was able to find a couple females to go with my group. And looking back at the female, you can see that the babies when they're born are quite large, especially when compared to Piscillids. It's amazing. Again, newborn Gideads aren't necessarily the best swimmers. That's why I like to keep the plants in there. You can see swimming around with the Trophatania still attached is a little bit awkward. That'll fall off within the next couple days. At this point, the female has dropped most of the babies. What you see hanging out of her is Trophatania. That's the pseudo-umbilical cord. It is definitely not a parasite. Luckily for the new parents, I'll be taking over the baby rearing responsibilities, but I look forward to the day where I can add them back to the tank. Fast forward about 3 months, the young are looking healthy and doing well. Sadly, I did lose about half of the original 25 fry. While sad, the positives do outweigh the negatives, and I do have healthy young fish. So, in summation, what we have here is a genetically distinct subpopulation of Xenotoca variata, likely to be described as its own distinct species. They thrive in cool, hard water, and they're absolutely a joy to keep. I love these guys. If you guys like what I'm doing, hit like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to post more updates in the future. Thanks for watching. Let's enjoy these guys eating.